Hi guys, it's Victoria. So I just wanted to make a very quick video on a very requested subject, which is highlighting and contouring. It's how I do my highlighting and contouring. You can do it my way, you can pick and choose certain ways that you want to do it. This is just a video on how I do it. I wanted to inform you guys on how this becomes this. So stay tuned, and I hope you guys like the video. Alright, I love you guys very much. So the first thing, as you notice, I don't have any foundation on, but that's what I want to do with you. I've already done my eyes. Now the two that I'm going to be using are Smashbox Studio Skin in 2.1 and a mixture of that with the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Serum Brightening Serum Foundation. And that one is in Bare Nude number 9. Alright, now that you have this kind of like perfect base going on, we are going to get into highlighting and contouring. Now, what I usually do is I will take this NYX, and it is the Above and Beyond Full Coverage Concealer in CJ01 Porcelain. And it's like white. Well, it's more like a pinker kind of skin color tone. And with that one, I go ahead and I will take just like a little brush. And most of my brushes I get from the drugstore because, you know what, actually, Walgreens has amazing brushes for relatively cheap. Okay, so I'm going to take that brush, just go into that little pot, and then I start right under my eyes. The first rule to highlighting and contouring is the white, the light, is where your eyes are drawn to. Now, the darker part, the shading, what I'm doing right now is I'm drawing your eyesight because I have a rounder face. So I'm obviously going to contour this part in my jawline, make myself look a little bit thinner. And my highlight is there so that way your eyes are drawn into the inner part of my face. You know, I want you to think that I have a thinner face. Alright, I'm going to take a little bit more of that. I'm just going to go around my mouth. Highlight that part. Highlight my chin. Just a little bit. I'm looking kind of crazy right now. It's cute. Real cute. Just to really define this area, I take a little bit of this right here too, and I go whatever I have left on the brush. I don't get too crazy into it because it really doesn't matter. I prefer the more natural highlight. So blending is really, really something that you want to get used to and, you know, sort of practice. Now, blending is not something that is very easy. Well, at least for me, it wasn't that easy. It wasn't that easy to get to. Especially with eyeshadows, that one, I used to get so frustrated. I remember I was in high school when I first started. I was a freshman. And I could not, for the life of me, blend my eyeshadows. So, I mean, I watched video after video after video after video. And then I was just like, you know what? Okay, I gotta stop beating myself up over this. And I gotta just do it. Just try it. Just take a little bit longer in the time to blend my eyeshadow. And after a while, I got the hang of it, and I was super happy about it. With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and blend this out. Okay, so after that, I go ahead And I go ahead with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour Palette. And I take just really, I mean, I can go over it with the same brush, that same small brush, and I take the lightest, it's like banana, just like their powder, and I go in that same area. I personally like yellows on my skin tone. It makes me look a lot better than, you know, if I were to go in with a normal white, it would look a little bit weird. I like to put the concealer on first because that will create a better, it has more coverage than this does. You know, this isn't made to be a concealer. Alright, now we're going to get into our contouring. I got this new thing over the Christmas holiday, and it is a retractable brush with two different sides. So one for eyeshadow, one for a bigger product, and for that one I use this retractable head. It is magnetic, first off, which is really cool, and I'm going to go ahead and I go in with, it depends on the day. Sometimes I'll do these two, sometimes I'll just do this one. I prefer just the middle one, and that one is Light Sculpt. So it's a perfect shade for me, personally. I use it on my nose as well. And I just go ahead and I go through here. Okay, so because I have a very round face, I usually go around here. I will go around here. If you have a bigger forehead, this is definitely recommended. If you have a smaller forehead, probably not the best idea, only because it'll just make your forehead look a lot smaller. If you have a big forehead, obviously you want to, you know, if you do, you want to make it look a lot smaller. And I like this palette because it just blends really well. You know, there's other ones that I've used that don't blend as well. They will stay kind of dark and patchy, and I'm not a big fan of that, and so I haven't used a cream contour in a really, really long time until I found out that Anastasia had made this one. And then I was like, oh god, I gotta get it. I want to try it. Hopefully it'll be better than the rest. I got it over Christmas, and it's amazing. So, for the cream contour, that's how I do it. Then, I go ahead and go over that with the powder. And now that one, I use two different brushes. I put the retractable back. I use two different MAC brushes. The first one I use to really get in there, I use MAC 100. Pretty sure this is a 180. Sorry, it's a 180 brush. And it's just a small, little, fluffy brush. It really gets into contour very well. This one's the 150 brush, and this one's a bigger brush. It's more of a fluffy, not so dense kind of brush. It's really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with this palette, and I'm going to go ahead with these two colors right here. It's this, just bam, contour. And whatever left over, I go on my jawline. I don't like to have too much on my jawline just because it's like, I don't want it to be too dark and then it looks weird, you know? And this also sets this whole, you know, cream contour right here. Now we're going to go ahead and set this inner part right now. Usually I will take translucent powder to bake, but today we're not going to do that. We're not going to bake because it's a little much. And I want to kind of show you like a natural, closest to natural contour and highlight that you can get. I'm going to do a little circular motion. So I'm going to go over with that fluffy brush, that big fluffy brush, that MAC brush. And this one is MAC's Delphic. It's from the Aquatic line. I got this when it first came out. Oh my god. Dying. Dying. I love this stuff because it's like a subtle bronzer. Like it's got a little bit of a shine to it. So if you really did not want to do highlighter, you could totally do this. Alrighty, now I'm going to contour my nose real quick. We are going to get into our highlight. About to be real. About to go real. I use Anastasia. So Hollywood. This is heaven sent. Heaven sent. It is great. Hands down, the most amazing thing I've ever used. I'll show you why. First off, can we just note that it looks like pure gold? Like I can put a friggin' bar of gold on my skin. Now, you don't have to use highlighter. I personally like highlighter because I want to look like a goddess. You know, I want to look like I'm freaking glowing from within. The gods, if the apocalypse happens, I'm going to pick my ass up so they can see me. So I do kind of like this line right here, and then I do just above it, and this is really good for pictures. Really good for pictures. If you want to do, go out day to day, I'd put just a little bit less, just slightly. But it's all up to you. You know, makeup is a give and take kind of thing. So, you really find out what works for you. What works for you may not work for somebody else. What works for somebody else may not work for you. You know? Alright, and that, my loves, is how you contour. That is how I contour. If you want to follow that, perfect guidelines for you. Mix it up as you will. I hope you guys liked this video. I know it's a little quick, a little short. Give me a thumbs up, like, comment, share, whatever. Do you. Alright, I love you guys. I will see you